Happy New Year. First order of business is to accept the minutes of the December 17th regular
So
meeting.
moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Excellent. Before we go to visitors' comments, I just want to make sure, is there anything else that anybody had that they wanted to make sure made it onto the agenda?
Steve.
Hearing, I just, all right.
I already passed it by Janet earlier. She said, hell no.
Hearing,
Well, I can give you a literally 15-second update on the Ferry Road parking.
all right, we can take that up under old business.
All right.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah. Visitor comments. Is there anybody here that wants to bring up anything that's not currently on the agenda? Hearing none. Ferry service update. I confess I have not drafted the letter that I said I would yet, but I know I've got some time, so I will draft it and send it around for folks to review. And I see Peter is online. Peter, is there anything you want to bring up on under ferry service update?
No, I don't think so.
Yay, Peter.
Thanks for tuning in, Peter.
Yeah.
I don't have any further sea level rise update than what I discussed last week.
No, I was up there. I ran by. They've got 3/4 of the walls up. No roof on yet, but they've made progress. So, and I talked to your Pete, and he didn't have an update, so I will follow up on it.
Okay.
Question,
Sure thing.
when you signed the contract with the contractor, did we have any timetable of when this building will be done? Or not?
I don't recall. I'll take a note and,
Cause I was just curious if there's a timetable of completion, stuff like that.
yeah, I don't.
That's a good question.
It's a good question. I don't really recall a schedule of that, but so I'm assuming that there is not, but I will check.
Yep. And I don't know if it was finished. I see Paul Grindle is, last time I was up there, it might have been a week ago, half backfilled, rough backfilled. And hopefully he got the other half completed while we're in cold weather, so. I hope that I get covered up so it keeps it protected.
Explain that one step further so I understand, so I can check.
The backfill, all up to the slab.
Okay,
I know it's half done. And I don't know if Paul Grindle has finished the other half, it's the rough backfill. I know there's a lot more to do.
I'll check.
I know it's a tough time of year to get any of that building up.
Yeah, it's been a particularly cold December. But those are good questions. Thanks.
Keep it moving.
Anything else on public safety renovations? Or the public safety garage?
No, there's some minor, call those, where the contractor's finishing up a few minor, yeah.
Punch list.
Pleasure, thank you. No, not today.
Great. Okay, upcoming meetings, planning board January 12th. And our committee chair workshop has been set for before our meeting on January 14th. Any other subcommittee reports?
Yeah. That's quickly looking at the Harbor Committee is going to be coming to us with some proposals regarding repairing and replacing some piers at Grindle Point and at Seal Harbor. And they don't have much in the way of a solid financial plan quite yet. So I'm gonna wait to give you any more information so we have a better idea from them. But I'm hoping that it will ultimately result in further conversation about the idea of mooring fees and how to turn our working waterfronts into somewhat of a revenue center, instead of just hundreds of thousands of dollars for the taxpayer. So I'll send an email in a little while here when I have a better idea of what they want and keep your eyes out for that.
Have you said anything about the grant proposals?
They have grant ideas in mind, but because they're not unclear as to how much money they have coming from their own budget and from potential town matching funds, I'm not sure I can give any answer yet.
They do have, Reed Silvers is going to help them with that.
Yeah, we talked to him for a while.
Yeah, he was just waiting for the plans, and it sounds like
Yeah,
Tom got plans to them.
yeah, they've spoken with this guy from MCOG about grants, and they have some plans in mind, but I just don't wanna, I don't wanna bring up money totals yet, so.
Mhm. Very good.
They do have a good plan in place, I think, but they've got some more discussion amongst themselves and some tough decisions to make, I think, so.
Sounds good. Anything else?
There's a housing committee meeting coming up on Tuesday, the 6th. And sea level rise on the 8th.
Janet, town manager's report.
Very, very slim. The only minutes that I had to give out were the October 30th Harbor Committee minutes, and I gave you that when I'm sending out to the committee on Friday. And that's it. I mean, they're working on a lot of different things, but they're not like I can really report on, but this time of year it's hard. Hard to get a hold of people, hard to complete things. People are on vacation and such, so,
It's a quiet 2 weeks.
yeah.
Take it.
Yay.
Kind of lovely.
Any questions for Janet? Any correspondence? All right, 15 seconds from Peter on Ferry Road parking.
Okay, we had a meeting with the 4 engineers from DOT. They basically we agreed on a somewhat slightly revised scope. Bill Lane says that the next step is to complete the survey, and the survey unbelievably is not going to happen until late March. Is the earliest they could do. I begged, please to do it, move that up. I don't even understand why we need a survey, but anyway. Then when we have the survey, we will finalize the plans and move ahead. But it's important that I think we've got DOT on board.
Great,
Good job.
thank you very much. Any questions?
30 seconds.
Boom,
All right. Set date.
Is that what that was?
That's what that was.
Oh, you said you're-
30.
He was on
It's
his
very good.
watch, you were on his phone, I was kind of counting.
Well, 15 seconds?
No,
30.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Good job. You gave him double.
In your world, that was 15 seconds.
Well, this was another 15
Steve
seconds.
is on it. He is just ripping on everybody.
That's why we don't carpool.
All right, next up is to set a date to Zoom with the auditor. I just thought that it would be something, I mean, usually every year we get the report, you know, we don't necessarily discuss it too much. I just thought it would be helpful to, I don't necessarily have any specific concerns about it, but I just thought it would be good practice for us to invite them here to be able to have a
Via Zoom.
presentation and
Via Zoom.
via Zoom and have a discussion if that is something that would be of interest to the group.
It's a smart idea.
All right, and is that something that people want to try to do that ahead of, before one of our regular meetings?
Prior to,
Okay, on to one.
Yeah, that's what I think.
28th.
maybe the 28th or 14th is busy prior.
So we get a draft audit
That
prior to this meeting?
Yeah, that was given to us.
Yeah,
But
at our
that you
last
got
meeting.
last meeting.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Along my huge file of
So she'd like a couple of dates that you would come up with. Mondays, any day but Monday for January, and it would be during the day.
Oh, so it would have to be before it, okay.
Well, I could say like 3:30 or
This is
4.
last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
That's
okay.
the one that's in the box on the counter up front.
So would for,
I can see if
January.
4 o'clock on January 28th. That's the,
and then we get into,
We could
Budget
all zoom in
development.
if you think about it, we could all zoom in. right?
yeah, so really, I
So
mean,
Anytime.
anytime on Wednesday, the 28th, does that day look free for folks?
okay, I will
See if they
ask
could
her.
suggest a time that would work for them on the 28th. Great. All right, next up is to set an ad hoc committee to investigate the Towns of Lake Peak Ferries tickets that we discussed last time. And I see John King is here. My understanding is that John and Gabe have expressed an interest or willingness to talk, and not sure if Peter Wilcox is
He said
in.
yes.
Excellent. And then is Dave,
Dave
have you talked
Dyer.
with Dave Dyer?
No.
Okay. Is there anybody else that we'd like to?
I mean,
Who are the names again? You've got
Junction, Gabe,
Gabe.
Dave Dyer. I'm keeping Tina out of the loop right now. If she wants to get involved with it, she certainly may, but I'm not gonna put her name in there since Dave will be there and he can relate
Mhm.
to her. He actually used to work for the ferry service selling tickets, so you have a good perspective. And I can be involved.
Is there anybody from the board that would like to sit in, or?
I'm interested in hearing the meetings, but it all depends on when they are, so. If I can make them, I'd love to be there, but if not. I'll pay attention.
Sounds good. Do you guys just mind just looping Pete in?
Oh, I thought I'd probably, if we have that group, I thought we'd probably be doing it for the next few months by Zoom anyway.
Perfect.
Kind of have Janet get notice, like all the other committees.
Perfect.
I think I'd like to, Jack, could you give Brian a heads up too, because,
I did, we talked about that today. I said, you should sit in on those, so he probably will.
yeah, because I, assuming we move forward, I'd like to be able to tell you folks what we think it might cost. The last time was just jotting it on the back of
Yeah.
an envelope, and Brian's probably better at that than I am.
Well, it depends how many people actually subscribe. What it costs.
Well, and the criteria that we set.
Established.
Right.
Right, but
Your original projection was if all of the voters had bought in, it would be $100,000, something like that, right?
no, what I did was I went, with 75% of people participating, and I tried to do it between 5 times during that 4-month period, 8 times. However, having read the surveys, even the people who are against it seem to be very excited about buying the tickets. So we may have to bump up a little bit on that, but we can talk about that one.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to have Brian involved to make sure that the numbers are.
I can get in touch with
Great.
Brian. Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay, then we'll,
Giving him a
set
heads
up.
up.
So should we have a motion to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate this with John King, Dave Dyer, Peter Wilcox, and Gabe Pendleton?
So moved.
Second,
Second,
any further discussion? All those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Was that in high?
Those two are silent.
Sorry. I forget that we have to actually use words when we don't have people on Zoom.
No, you don't. I just need to remember to look up.
Me
Fair enough.
Yes. Don't make Kara turn.
Hand is fine, finger That's
Yeah.
all. Right down.
Which finger, right?
Yeah, that's,
Uh,
Can I just, is there anything you folks want us to focus on, or do you want us to just go to the stove and start mixing?
I think we had a pretty extensive discussion on this, not last meeting, but the meeting before that, that I think might be helpful to look at just as far as, you know, different ideas that were discussed about concerns, I think one about cost, about about eligibility and all of those different kinds of things, but I think it really is one of those things that the devil is in the details, so
Right.
I think it is helpful to have thinking about what a proposal is that could be considered for the budget. I think
Enforcement.
and yeah, and enforcement. And I think also just recognition that, well, I think this program is designed to help address affordability. I think there's a lot of concern or recognition about the increase in taxes and particularly potentially what might be coming down from Waldo County that we don't have any control over. So I think it's kind of generally done within the scope of concern around budget impact.
And having Dave on it will be great, because the mechanics are gonna be really important too, and Tina gets back.
There was
Happy
significant discussion last time too, so the two previous meetings.
Right, I was.
I also think this could be a precedent-setting event that could lead over into other affordability issues. So we just need to be cognizant of that from a perspective, broader perspective standpoint. We're helping in this area, should we be helping them?
That's very valid, because whatever you guys decide that you're going to define as justification for residency would be able to be used back if another thing was to come around, then you can cite back to this one of, well, it was a resident for this, why isn't this considered a resident for here? So.
And I think there was I think you were here for part of this discussion where the question was posed to the town attorney about legality, but I think it probably would be helpful to have, as things are drafted, to have her eyeball on that too.
Yeah, very definitely.
Sure, okay.
Anything else that people wanted to highlight?
Just what's echo Steve. So, again, I want to make sure that she's seeing every detail as we go along. And I just have had a little concern in the past few weeks that, my concerns specifically involving the legality are maybe not being conveyed like explicitly to the lawyer. But maybe they are, and I just am in awe, but.
What's that mean?
I mean, so I didn't bring it up because it's not really all that important, but it was referenced in the minutes as well. That my concern was over the resident situation is that I just want to make sure that the lawyer, or whoever we run this by, understands that we are collecting tax money from everybody and only offering a service to certain participants of that payment process. And I just worry that, saying residents, if that's the only term we're using.
Well, I don't think they know yet how they're calling it.
Right. So I just want to as long as we understand what we are talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure she does, but I will reiterate that to John.
Or just as a progressive, you don't have to fully call her up to make sure.
I won't.
Of course, but
I love this.
that's all.
Yeah.
Anything else on this topic?
If anyone's interested, I just heard on the radio that Waldo County has approved a 15% increase to the originally.
Approved it?
Well, the county commissioners have approved it, but it's subject to the budget committee. Now, it's still up to
50%,
15 instead of 36.
yeah.
So.
Is that
They
what
give up their health insurance.
When did that meeting happen? I get agendas all the
I
time.
did, like today, it was just on Manpublic, so. Anyway, I'll probably be in the news tomorrow. So,
John's the reporter today. Hi, on scene.
All right, next up is approving warrant number 14 for FY 26. Sorry, the way it's written always trips me up. Do I have a motion? Second,
Yes, second.
any discussion? Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you think that they would have done that in executive session, John?
They were posting for a while.
I doubt it.
Because they canceled, allegedly they canceled the meeting that they were supposed to have yesterday yesterday. They canceled it and they did not produce the Zoom for it. So if they went ahead and held it anyways, sorry. I have yet to miss one of their stupid meetings, and so that's why I'm in a knot about this now.
Did you receive the one I forwarded, that
Yeah.
letter from Eric Bush?
And he even put in there that they just noticed that they canceled it.
Right.
And that they weren't gonna frickin' hold it.
So how did they hold it today?
They're more on top of it than I am, Melissa, but I just don't know. But I tried to look through the minutes of the budget committee. Down the bar, and he
All right, well, everybody expect they can get their big gun.
All right, we have no appointments tonight. I have no further comments. Pete?
Happy New Year.
Peter?
Many more happy ones.
We have many happy New Years, that's a good point.
Okay.
Melissa?
Happy New
All right, motion to adjourn.
Year.
So moved.
Yay.
Tick, 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 tick. This is like 60 minutes. You didn't get an answer.
I didn't really have any time.
So Peter, you moved your equipment.
Oh, yeah.
all in?
No, I
Okay.
tried to get home, but the weather has not cooperated well
The
yet.
second one.
I keep waiting for like any 2 days at this point of like.
Which time? Oh, yeah.
I can do it, but until then.
I just wondered, because it seemed like